The jobless rate now is at 9.4% nationally. Some good news for the administration that jobs are being lost at a smaller clip than we've seen earlier on in the year. Here's the unemployment rate for your two cities. In New York City, 9.5%, pretty close to the national average. Newark, New Jersey, however, 14.3%. And it speaks to something that's happening around the country in cities. This is what Reuters reported last week. U.S. cities are now vexed by surging unemployment, with 18 metropolitan areas recording jobless rates of more than 15% in June. That's according to a Labor Department report. It was the sixth consecutive month that all 372 metro areas in a monthly survey registered increases in the rate. A full 144 metropolitan areas reported jobless rates of at least 10% in the month, up from 112 in May. A year ago, only 6 cities had rates that high, more than 3/4 of Americans, of course, living in cities. Mayor Booker, are you seeing recovery?
Well, look, this is an economy and it has a tremendous amount of pain. Unemployment is often the last thing that recovers. So we're seeing hope and possibility, most importantly, but we're not seeing the recovery yet. And what is good, though, is happening is that the Obama administration is giving us a tremendous opportunity to reframe our city and to change the narrative of American cities. So while we're doing the blocking and tackling of trying to help people on unemployment, trying to find ways to expand opportunities, attracting business and the like, what we're also seeing is opportunities to stimulate a new economy within Newark. So one of the best examples is a new green economy. We really believe that if you're going to have the American dream in Newark, it's got to be a green dream. And so we're attracted 3 solar companies to our city under my leadership. We've also started training people in weatherization and have people getting good union jobs doing that. We see opportunities to retrofit city buildings and reduce the cost of government and energy. So a lot of the streams of the stimulus money are setting the stage, in my opinion, to change Newark's economy so it's ready for the 21st century.
Mayor Bloomberg, are you seeing recovery? You were here in March. You said there was a crisis of confidence. Do you see any of that changing?
Yeah, but let me first say something about which Cory can't say, but it happens to be true. He has one of the most difficult jobs in America. He's taken over a city where you've had many years of underinvestment and lack of foresight and terrible government, and he really is the future of Newark. With him, they have a chance to rectify things. Not going to be easy. He's got a tougher job than I do. In New York City, we do see some green shoots. Businesses are doing slightly better, but remember, we still have people losing their homes. We still have people losing their jobs. I'm encouraged for the future. New York is unique, and the country is getting better, and the president's programs, I think, are helping. But nevertheless, we can't walk away and say, well, all we got to do is sit back and it's going to get better. So we're trying to focus on helping small businesses by reducing their taxes and giving them loan programs, training people for the jobs that are available, not necessarily the jobs they had, making sure that when the other industries come back, the people that we need will be there. And I think what you're seeing is we've saved $2 or $3 billion over the last few years because we thought that the good times would end. We're using that now to get through this tough period, but we're also working hard to attract businesses from around the world to come to us because we have to have a future.
Is the stimulus getting to the cities?
Well, in New York's case, the city's case, we've had a couple of $1 billion in what you'd call budget relief, mainly for education and Medicaid. We've had some stimulus monies, much smaller amount, for infrastructure and those kinds of things. I think the main thing the stimulus program has done so far, however, is given the country hope that there will be more economic activity down the road. Because remember, most of the stimulus money hasn't been spent yet. The infrastructure money we've got, the requirement was shovel-ready projects. We have some. We're actually putting it to work. We're trying to create new jobs that would not be there otherwise. But we do have a crisis of confidence, and I think this president can look back on 6 months in office and say, I've gotten the country a little bit through that. I've given them some hope. We still have long ways to go. Nobody's going to should suggest that this is easy. But I think you've seen the worst, and now if you have worked in the past and made investments and diversified your economy, you're going to have a future.